Hi, this is Tom O'Neill, your host, with more on Michael Voynich and the Voynich Manuscript MS-408, and some more about forgery with Michael Voynich and forging the MS-408. And I have some additional evidence. And today we'll be discussing Folio 1R, the very first folio of MS-408 of the Voynich Manuscript, the famous signature that sits after the first paragraph. Well, no one knew exactly if it was a signature, but it was often implied or thought it could be a signature. So let's first discuss Michael Voynich, and then we'll go into the signature and show the transliteration of the signature with my cipher, the simple substitution or straightforward substitution with the Latin. And Michael Voynich was born October 31st. He was a Polish revolutionary, antiquarian, bibliophile, largest rare book business in the world. He was born in a town of Teslia in present-day Lithuania, part of the Russian Empire. He attended gymnasia, town in Poland. He studied University of Warsaw. He graduated University in chemistry and became a licensed pharmacist. In Warsaw, joined Ludwig revolutionary organization, the proletariat. Failed attempt to fellow conspirators who had both been sentenced to death from Warsaw Citadel. He was arrested by Russian police in 1887, was sent to penal servitude in Tunka near Irkutsk, Siberia. Voynich acquired a working knowledge of 18 different languages, albeit not well. He escaped Siberia, traveling west on a train to Hamburg, arriving in London under the assumed name of Ivan Kiveslius. My pronunciation is terrible. At first, he worked with Sergius Stupid, fellow revolutionary under the banner of Anti-Tsarist Society of Friends of Russia Freedom in London. After Stefanik's death in a railway crossing accident in 1890, Voynich ceased revolutionary activity. Voynich became an antiquarian bookseller from around 1897, acting as advice on the advice of Richard Garnett, a curator at the British Museum. Voynich opened up a bookshop at Soho Square in London in 1898, and he was remarkably lucky at finding rare books, including the Mallarmé Bible in Italy in 1902. He married former revolutionary Ethel Lillian Boole, daughter of British mathematician George Boole, with whom Voynich had been associated since 1890. Voynich nationalized as a British subject April 25, 1904, taking the legal name Wilfred Michael Voynich. Voynich opened another bookshop in 1914 in New York with onset of First World War. Voynich was increasingly based in New York. He became deeply involved in antiquarian book trade and wrote a number of catalogs and other texts on the subject. So I'll show you some pictures of Voynich. There he is in 1920. He died 10 years later in 1930. Here he is studying some probably a dictionary or some kind of book. Here he is in 1923. Voynich's Soho Square Bookshop, 1899. This is in his bookshop. Okay, so that's enough about Voynich. Let's get onward with the signature in Folio 1R. So if we look, here's Folio 1R. It's brown. It's the first page in the book, so it looks brown because of the first page. And it's probably about 100 years old, my guess. So if we blow this up, I've often wondered if this was a signature, and my assumptions are correct, and I'll tell you why. Now you see what looks like a 9, looks like an 8, this looks like a 9. 9 is in Latin novum, but the pronunciation is a little awkward because novum also with the U means stellar or nova for a supernova. Novum for new, meaning novel or new. And when a star goes supernova, it is new. And I'll tell you more about the signature. I think Michael thought himself as a star. And let's get more into it right now. If we go to Voynich and we take this is what it looks like in glyphs down here. So this is the signature in Voynich glyphs and glyphs. And then if we take it and we go into my cipher, it says Yardashi, an Eva word. However, when you decode it with my Latin-based cipher, it says novum octo eos m novum. Now this is important. The M is for Michael. Novum means 9, but metaphorically it could be novum for nova, as in a supernovum. And my interpretation of the Voynich Manuscript, the stellar charts, are about a supernova of 1006, beginning April 30th of 1006, which Michael Voynich has fabricated or forged to give provenance, even though the manuscript is carbon dated from the 15th century for provenance with Old Vellum. He gave it additional provenance from 1006. Now onward about this, the EO and the ES with the M. Now if we go into the word study, I can just take this straight out here right behind octo for 8 in Latin, and we can go in, and as you can see, EO right here is the one mentioned, and then S, to exist, the one mentioned to exist, and then the one mentioned to exist, M for Michael, novum 9 or novum, being nova means new or stellar or star. The one mentioned to exist, Michael, a star. And then there's novum 9, 8, octo. Now, novum 8 octo means it's just part of the word. To add it, to make novum octo eos m novum. So there you go. The famous signature that's been sitting there for a long time. I finally have realized to myself that all along Michael Voynich was playing a little word puzzle with it. You might find this interesting. You might think it's random. It's not random. The substitution, which is straightforward, has uncovered many things. And in the comments section, I will put in a link to my videos for my YouTube channel, which has about 10 different videos that has evidence with Michael Voynich's hand involved in 1006 for supernova, star charts, the TO map, the rosettes, the forgery, the Voynich Castle, what location it's at, That's in the forgery video. I'll put a link in there. Yes, the Voynich's manuscript is real. However, the the actual dates of when it was composed is not. It wasn't composed in 1006. It wasn't composed in the 15th century. It was somewhat composed somewhere between 1906 and 1923. In the rosettes, I think you will discover or you'll realize that you can't find out about 24 chromosome pairs until 1923. And that's exactly what's in the rosettes for, I believe it's circle number 4. Shows 24 chromosome pairs in the opening of the vagina with a pointer leading down for the center circle where birth is given. It's about life, the 9 rosettes, the 4 seasons of life, and the act of life being given in the womb and all that. And early obstetrics, can't pronounce it. Anyway, again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's all. Enjoy your evening or enjoy your day, whichever side of the planet you're on.